If you've ever accidentally become the center of attention in a place where you came only to buy one basic item, let me present the moment I unintentionally turned into the featured guest of a cosmetics store. I walked in with a simple mission: grab shampoo, pay, leave in under 3 minutes. The store was bright, perfumed, organized, and absolutely not prepared for the level of chaos my presence was about to create. I wasn't dressed impressively, didn't look glamorous, and definitely didn't have influencer-level energy, but apparently, the staff interpreted everything I did as extremely important. The moment I stepped inside, one employee practically sprinted toward me with the enthusiasm of someone who just recognized a VIP. She wasn't subtle. She positioned herself next to me like a personal assistant waiting for instructions. I tried to signal that I was just browsing, but she watched me the way museum guards watch children holding ice cream. I picked up a random bottle to look normal, and that was my biggest mistake. A second employee drifted over, then a third, all of them whispering and glancing at me as if I were evaluating the store for a luxury brand review. My calm browsing somehow turned into a performance. Every time I lifted a product, they collectively leaned forward like judges waiting for a score. Before I could retreat, a small group of customers also gathered. I don't know why. Maybe they assumed I worked there. Maybe they assumed I was famous. Maybe they were just bored. But the moment they started following me from aisle to aisle, I froze. I wasn't shopping anymore. I was unintentionally hosting a guided tour of the shampoo section. Trying to look less suspicious, I grabbed a metallic bottle with a spray top. I inspected it, pressed something by accident, and released a cloud of rose-scented mist into the air. The crowd reacted with approving nods, as if this was a scheduled demonstration. Someone even inhaled dramatically, like I had curated the scent personally. Meanwhile, I was just trying not to choke on floral particles. A staff member immediately brought me a tray of scent strips and handed them to me like a presenter preparing for their big moment. I tried to decline, but she positioned me near a mirror as if preparing me for a live show. People formed a half circle around me. I stood there holding sample strips like a confused host who had lost the script. I attempted to slide away, but my movement only encouraged them. One woman asked something I didn't fully understand, and before I could react, another employee started explaining products on my behalf as if I were supervising. I felt like an imposter CEO who had lost control of her own company. Things escalated when someone handed me a basket filled with products I might want to feature. I wasn't sure what they meant by feature, but the crowd looked ready for a full beauty routine. At that moment, all I wanted was shampoo, any shampoo, and a way out that didn't involve further public humiliation. I finally dragged myself toward the register, clutching the first bottle I could grab without reading the label. Even the cashier looked at me like she recognized me from somewhere and asked if I needed anything packaged for a haul. A haul. Me. A person who still forgets conditioner exists. I paid quickly and practically fled the store. Only at home I discovered that what I bought wasn't even shampoo. It was a leave-in mask for heavily damaged hair. I didn't care. Anything was better than going back in there. Now I avoid that store entirely because somewhere inside it, a group of employees still believes I'm a beauty expert, and I simply don't have the emotional strength to disappoint them twice.
Subscribe. New stories drop fast.